happening, my dogs? My name is Madison and I am the Auction Dog, and today I bring to you another street buy that I just made, actually. This one was a little bit of a weird one. You kind of just saw it when I flashed a little bit here, but I was driving down a big road, like a local road in my town, and I saw this car with this for sale sign on it with a phone number. And it was at a Smoothie King. And I drove in and I just was like, you know what? It was very, very clean overall. It looked really nice from the street, and I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna go see what they want. I called the number and it was $1,000 is what they said. It's got a plethora of small issues, really, but dude, a 1989 Volkswagen Cabriolet Wolfsburg edition, and this thing is money, son. It's got one major like exterior flaw, which is right here, and they rust out of there a lot, you know. But look at the overall condition of it. Top's pretty new, paint's freaking nice, and overall it's just so nice, bro. Look at it. The fender flares are there, all the trim's there, everything is here. It looks really good. All the lights are here, the grill's intact, everything is original. Like, what, son? You don't see them like this. And I paid $1,000 for the goddamn thing. It runs and drives great. And I have some footage of me driving it around because I'm actually running an experiment with this car. I know this is a collector's kind of car, right? I bought it right, and I'm here at the auto auction today. I'm gonna put this car in the auction. I'm gonna see what it does. Because I really think, the last one I remember coming through did like 4 or 5 grand. Now this car is TMU. The odometer does not work. Carfax shows different mileage. It's gonna run TMU, but it doesn't really even matter at this point because of what it is. You know what I'm saying? This handle is wonky, so you have to like come in through there to open it, right? That's how they do it. But look at the overall condition of the interior, man. Just look at it. I'm not even gonna clean it. I'm not even gonna clean it. It's clean. I'm not even gonna vacuum it. I bought it and I'm driving it here. And we're gonna do a little experiment. We're gonna see if we can make some money on the way in. Because I know I've ran plenty of cars here and made money on them. But can I do it with this one? And what kind of profit can we make on a $1,000 car? Mind you, this is an unheard of deal. This kind of stuff does not come around very often. I got very, very lucky. But you gotta have lines in the water to catch a fish. So I'm always fishing constantly, and I've always got money in my pocket because you never know what you're gonna find on the streets. You just never know. And I got very, very lucky with this one. So look at the freaking door panels, dude. The Wolfsburg edition is so nice. Look at the interior, dude. It's money, son. The freaking seat's broken. Look at that. Dude, the freaking it originally had a white top. The previous owner put this blue top on it. I want to say it's like 4 or 5 years old. It's very nice, dude. Very nice. And the car's pretty much rust-free, besides right over there. And I just can't believe that I was actually lucky enough to freaking steal this thing like this. You know? Let's pop the hood. I don't know what the hell is going on. I mean, I know what's going on under here. It's a Volkswagen that is, you know, it's 25 years old or 35 years old. But I don't know what the hell all that is. That whole cluster of random wires that are going around. We got a random intake in here. And everything else, pretty much looks tight. It's got an aluminum radiator, cooling fans that are aftermarket. So it's got a 2-liter in it. I want to say they came with a 1.8, so it's been swapped. But dude, $1,000 runs. Missing a coolant temp sensor and plug right there. So that's interesting. Usually when you start pulling apart the layers of these things, you start finding all sorts of weird stuff that's been done that doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense. But Volkswagens are not my first choice as a car. I do like them. They're not bad, but I like BMWs. That being said, I have had a Mark II. It's been a while since I've driven a Mark II. I had a Mark II Volkswagen GTI. I doubt I have pictures of it anywhere, but I'll look and see and maybe put one right here. But it was a Mark II Volkswagen GTI. It was a coupe, obviously, but it had an 8-valve automatic, and I don't know if it had ever been swapped to be an 8-valve because I thought they all came 16-valve, but maybe they didn't. Somebody, probably a Volkswagen guy, will probably correct me here. But it was cool. Still, it had the Recaros, it had all the interior. It was just a cool little car. Wasn't very fast, obviously, with the 8-valve, but it was fun to drive, and I remember having it. I rear-ended somebody in that car, and it never even shut off. It just kept running. Damn thing kept running. I kept driving it after that. It was just raining. It was raining on University Parkway in Sarasota, and the guy in front of me stopped at a light, and he had hours to go, and I was way back, and the car had no ABS. I believe it was a 92, but the ABS wasn't working nonetheless. Even if it did have it, it wasn't working at that time. And I locked up the freaking thing and slid for so long. I had like long enough to think about what was happening. I'm sliding I'm literally sliding. Doosh, hit this dude. It wasn't that bad. Like kind of dented the grill and bent the fender, but never even shut the car off, dude. It's crazy. Honestly, these things are little tanks. And so when I saw this, it just piqued my interest. You know what I'm saying? It's just a really good survivor example of a cabriolet. And I don't really want to put it on Facebook and deal with everybody. I want to just see if I could off it right here, because my birthday is on Sunday or Saturday. Today is Tuesday, and the auction runs Friday, and I want to be in the Keys when this thing's happening. So I think this is going to be a good little experiment for Auction Dog. I do have some footage of me driving this thing on the way over here. Actually drives pretty decent, it really does. So I'll drop that here and just kind of roll with you guys for a little bit and just talk about what's happening with this car, because overall, honestly, for the money, anybody would have bought this thing. Any other Volkswagen guy would have freaking he would have been shaking as he handed the lady cash. These things are actually becoming more and more valuable, you know? I see them for 5, 6, 7,000 sometimes. And the odometer says 58,000 miles. Carfax says last was like 60. So there's a little bit of an odometer discrepancy. But that being said, I really don't think it has more than 70 or 80,000 miles on it, you know? The lady said she didn't drive it that much. The previous owner had it for 10 years. And she just had it. It was just a lady. We live in Florida. She just liked convertibles. And she had a truck to daily, and she just kind of kept this one too to have a little fun. So it was her 16-year-old daughter was at Smoothie King, and she was driving it, and she hates the car. She hated it because it was just uncomfortable. AC doesn't work either. And she hated the car. So they put a for sale sign on it there. And that's when I walked in. And I'm like, dude, well, I looked right at her. I'm like, whose car is that? This and that. And she had no idea, because 16-year-olds don't know anything about titles or anything else. And I'm like, because I told her straight up, I'm like, I'll buy it right now. $1,000, does it run and drive? Yep, does. Fantastic, I want it. And she's like, I'm like, call your mom, call your family, whatever else. The next day I went and got the title and picked the car up. So that's where we're at now. I'm pretty stoked, honestly. I really am. So this episode's not gonna be super long, be kind of short. I'm gonna take this thing right now and we're gonna drive this through the auction after I show you guys some footage of me driving it. And we'll see what happens. It has been many, many years since I drove a Mark II Volkswagen around like this. And honestly, they're cool. They're not like, they're cool. They're cool. They're cool in their own right, in their own respect. I did have, my previous car, like I said before, was a 1992 Volkswagen GTI, but it was an 8-valve automatic. And it wasn't obviously the 16-valve manual, which is the one everybody wants. But the 8-valve automatic still had the Recaros, still had all the GTI parts. It was still cool, but it just wasn't very fast. This car is an 8-valve as well. And it ain't very fast, but I mean, just look at the overall quality of the interior, dude. Like, it's a Wolfsburg edition, 89, and everything is here. It's all good, it's all here. No check engine light, everything works. Back seats are beautiful. This car's doing the bank, man. I can't believe it. I scored on this thing so hard. And I literally was just driving past the Smoothie King one day, and I saw it out there on just like 3 days ago. So I'm stoked to be making this happen right now, and I'm gonna look it over a little bit more with you guys before we actually put it into the auction. But yeah, I think we're gonna crush on this one. I really do. You know, besides this thing being incredibly loose in the front end to drive, like, it needs all the bushings pretty much. But the motor and transmission are pretty decent. It shifts a little hard first to second, but it's a freaking 89, dude. What do you expect? You know, it's not gonna be perfect. That being said, the thing does pretty much do everything that it needs to. I'm really surprised overall at the condition of this thing, actually. $1,000 is what I paid for this. I stole this goddamn thing somehow. I really think I did. It did, at least, you know? I got super lucky with this thing. And I love that it's all manual. Like, you got the manual mirror adjustments, manual freaking windows here, manual over there. Everything's manual, which is nice because, you know, that kind of stuff always likes to break. Doesn't have AC, power steering does not work. What else is kind of weird about it? Oh, the temp gauge doesn't work, which I don't like that. That's just kind of crappy, obviously. But other than that, I mean, just the car overall, you just never, it would take you a lot of money to get a Cabriolet to look like this overall. It really would. Because most of them are just missing everything. You know what I'm saying? Most of them are missing every single thing in the world. And they're never this complete, ever. So I'm just really overwhelmed. I'm overjoyed, really, with the fact that I was able to steal this thing, because one man's burden is another man's, you know, treasure, honestly. That's kind of how the car game works. A lot of times, if you're the one that shows up with money because somebody doesn't feel like dealing with the problems, then sometimes you can take home some really good stuff for pretty cheap. So you're good, 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 you're good. We are in. Fucking pick me a winner, bud. 100%. I'm not parking it right there. You're out of your mind. You're high if you think I'm parking it right there. I'm not parking behind Squeeze Squad. Dude, we are in here, son. Hopefully they can figure out how to get into it. Oh, there you go. Ashtray don't want to freaking stay in anymore. Okay. So, this is the end of the road for us. Right here. And that's okay. Because I really think we're gonna clean house on this one, boys. I do. You know? So you park it in the lanes here, and they're gonna go through it. Oh shit, see, this is how they were telling me to get into it. Just don't leave anything valuable in there. I don't want to leave the key in there, but isn't that cool too that it has the original Volkswagen key? You don't see that kind of stuff anymore, man. You just don't. So I'm really excited to see what the hell this one does. I really am. I feel like it's gonna absolutely crush. I really do. I feel like it's gonna absolutely crush. So freaking I'm stoked. We'll see what happens. So, goodbye, Volkswagen. Until Friday, which I won't be here. If it doesn't sell for really good money, I probably won't let it rip. Probably just take it out and sell it on the street. Fix up a couple of things and sell it right on the street. But if it does, boom, make some money, make some cash. That's how we do it. So, like I said, I've got one other car that I'm gonna be running this week. It's a 98. I posted about that one on my Instagram. If you guys do follow me, that'd be rad. And I'm gonna go pick that one up probably today or tomorrow and bring that over here too, but that's a completely separate episode. And until Friday, you will not see you know, we're gonna go ahead and check out with this Volkswagen until Friday when we watch it run and see what it does. So freaking hey, man, thanks for tagging along. That's it. This is how you do it. And now we're back in my studio. So it's been about a week and a half. I was down in the Keys kind of just gallivanting around, and I had time to film that thing, but I didn't get it done. So yeah, shoot me. Long story short, the car ended up selling for $3,000 at auction. I ended up doing 3 G's after fees and everything. I walked for 26, so I ended up making like, I don't know, $1,400 bucks, $1,500. And that's a pretty good day at the office for picking up a car on a Monday or Tuesday and then driving it there on a Wednesday, letting it sit, and then it sells, you know, 4 days later without doing shit. I didn't do anything. I bought it, drove it there, sold it. And so that ended up working out really, really well. I like doing sales like that. Not all of them always work out that way. I've had better hits than that. I've had ones that don't do that well. So it really just depends on a you know, the dice roll, honestly. It feels like we're gambling. We're always out fishing, and you can't catch a fish without a line in the water, you know? That's the best quote I could give you from this whole video. So if you guys have watched this far, thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in overall. I really do love making these videos, and we're trying to be more consistent. Every Wednesday and every Saturday, there will be videos dropping on the Auction Dog channel from this point forward. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in again. Peace out, my dogs. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And if you haven't checked out the website already, please do it, www.theauctiondog.com. We got merch on there. We're going to start posting our builds on there more often. And we're going to be, you know, talking a lot about the Dining 3 that we got recently that I just dropped a video on last week. So thank you guys again, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And yeah, see you on Saturday.